Last month, OnePlus released a very competitive model under $400, the OnePlus Ace 2, which will soon be released in international markets and rebranded as a OnePlus 11R. Just when I thought this was the death blow from OnePlus to other brands, they told me it was just the beginning. And then, last week, they released another model with high performance and a lower price as well, which is the OnePlus Ace 2V. It's also likely to be launched in global markets soon after the name OnePlus Nord 3. It may be different in storage from the China version, but that doesn't matter. It's a completely insane product that brings the price of flagship killers back up to $300 while still having great design and build quality. However, you get what you pay for. In 2023, can you really get a perfect phone for $300? Let's take a look at the OnePlus candidate. Although some people think OnePlus is not the same OnePlus as before, at least over the packaging, they keep the same style as they always have. And for me, this red rectangular box still keeps reminding me of this high performance and cool design. We got a set of accessories including warranty card, manual and quick guide, and a black case here. Let's move on. Okay, this is the new OnePlus Nord 3. I can feel its flat body. From the outline, we can see that the screen, back cover, and frame size are all flat and its edges are sharp. Let's put the phone aside first to check what else is underneath. A USB Type-A to Type-C cable and an 80-watt SuperVOOC charger. That's all the accessories, and almost nothing particular impressed me, so let's turn back to the phone. As a OnePlus 11 and 10T user, the flat body of OnePlus Nord 3 is kind of refreshing to me. It has a cool edge frame and I highly recommend you to buy the gray variant since it really looks like a metal material and the color of the whole body is uniform. The back cover of OnePlus Nord 3 is simpler compared to the OnePlus 11R. The camera module is no longer integrated with the back cover. Based on the separated flashes, I guess the design of OnePlus Nord 3 might have followed the Oppo Reno 9 series, but they did make some changes. I thought the 3-stage button would only be OnePlus flagship phones, but as we can see, they've brought it back to the budget model. But I'd like to complain that for the phone with a 6.7-inch screen, pretty large, the mute button's location is so far from my thumb that I can't touch it at all when holding the phone in my one hand. Although the OnePlus Nord 3 has a sharp frame, it doesn't feel thick at all when you hold it in your hand, which is also thanks to its good size and weight control. They put a 5000 mAh battery into a 8.1mm thick body and kept the weight under 200 grams at the cost of a somewhat worse thermal design than the OnePlus 11R, but let's talk more about that later in the gaming session. When I first light up the OnePlus Nord 3, I was pleasantly surprised about the screen. The bezels in all 4 directions are almost as narrow as a Xiaomi 13 or iPhone 14. I never thought a brand would use such a high-quality AMOLED screen for a phone at this price point, which also features a 1.5K resolution and also support high-frequency PWM dimming. In addition to excellent bezel control and display, this screen also supports the same hyper-response engine that enhances the gaming experience as the OnePlus 11R. Because there are no curved edges on the OnePlus Nord 3 screen and blocked fingers, the operating experience while gaming is better than the OnePlus 11R. In terms of performance, the OnePlus Nord 3 comes with a Dimensity 9000 platform, which you can basically take it as an MTK version of the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1. They have very similar performance and power consumption, and from these benchmarks, we can see that while it has some gaps with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, it has a substantial lead in performance compared to other chipsets at its price level, such as Dimensity 8100. It's worth mentioning that OnePlus is pursuing a very aggressive strategy in the Chinese market when it comes to the storage and memory of the phone. Even for those entry products, they offer storage options starting from 256GB, which puts a lot of pressure on the competitors. But for the consumers, they are very happy to see the battle on. In actual gaming, the OnePlus Nord 3 didn't perform as well as expected. It can reach an average frame rate of 116 in some popular mobile games, which is good enough for most gamers. But when running the latest version of Genshin Impact, it got throttling and couldn't maintain a high frame rate for long. As the phone gets warmer, the frequency of the primary cores in the CPU gradually decreases, followed by the falling frame rate. It's really strange that the OnePlus Nord 3 can't even maintain an average frame rate of 40 in a 20 minutes gaming test. A thin and light body does come at a cost, and if you're a Genshin Impact enthusiast, I suggest you buy an external cooler to avoid a heating issue. Compared to the OnePlus 11R, the OnePlus Nord 3 seems to cut more in the camera system, with a smaller sensor of the main camera and the no OIS support. So we won't ask much of it. Anyway, here are some samples for your reference. From these samples taken in the daytime, surprisingly, the smaller sensor doesn't mean poor image quality. so the OnePlus Nord 3's main camera can still meet many people's needs if it is just for everyday recording and social sharing. When it comes to the night, the detail in the photos gets a little worse, but it's still acceptable. I think what really causes problems for everyday use is the absence of OIS, which means you will have a hard time capturing fast-moving objects at night or completing a slightly long exposure shot without a tripod. The OnePlus Nord 3 comes with a 5000 mAh battery supporting up to 80 watts of wider charging. Perhaps because of the higher resolution and the brighter screen, the battery doesn't last as long as expected, and a bit worse than the OnePlus 10T, which was released last year with only a 4700 mAh battery. OnePlus should really do more optimization on their Dimensity-powered models to better balance performance and battery life. Fortunately, 80-watt wider charging can get the phone battery to 50% in 15 minutes, so if you're not an all-day gamer, I think the OnePlus Nord 3's battery will still be able to handle your needs. Well, that's all for today. In the first quarter of 2023, OnePlus brings us 3 stylish phones with pretty high performance, and it's already clear what they're aiming for. Instead of just focusing on flagship phones, they are leveraging their strengths in performance, pricing, and design to beat all the competitors at every price point. The OnePlus Nord 3 is a very successful product, as is the OnePlus 11R, and in the China market, they are already a serious threat to Redmi and iQOO, especially like forcing Redmi to make a price cut. I believe OnePlus will soon bring this deterrent to the international market, and I'm looking forward to how his competitors will react. Thank you for watching. I'm Will from Gizmochina. See you next time.